Old. Breaking news, Bo Bichette has signed with the New York Mets. That has happened in the middle of the intro. I have not even been able to click the stream and retweet it yet because I'm working on the Bo Bichette news. The New York Mets have signed. They missed Kyle Tucker. Dodgers suited him, but the New York Mets have signed Bo Bichette. JD, thoughts about that? I haven't even said hi to you yet. I guess I should do a real intro first, right? I take back what I just said to you.
Can I just
Welcome back to Across the Board, everyone. I'm joined today by my good friend JD from Line Movers and our acquaintance Jefe from Jefe Picks. Jefe, you said you wanted to say something. What did you want to say?
Who cares?
That's a huge signing. Signing.
Who cares? Like, none of this matters. Baseball's a broken sport. They're gonna have a lockout next year. It's a horrendous. Baseball's in a horrendous place. Why would you even, as a Mets fan, be like, all right, great, we signed this guy to a 3-year deal? First of all, they don't even have a spot for him. That's A, if things around. And then B, what does it matter when they play in the same conference, whatever, as a literal all-star team? None of this matters. The baseball literally.
Injuries always play a factor. We talk about this. We said this before all these signings, before Kyle Tucker. That the only way a team is beating the Dodgers this year is if they get injured. I hate to say that, but
they were pretty injured last year, and with their pitching staff, and still.
And they were down to like a final pitch, so they still were in it. The Blue Jays were definitely in that, so there's no saying that was.
The Dodgers won back-to-back titles, or have the
Dodgers? 126 million. Let's do a quick little math on that. 125 divided by 3, 40, 80, 120, a little over 40 a year. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for him. So yet again, if you're just joining us,
a very short deal.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the way with a lot of these guys at his age, where it's one more prove-it deal, see if he gets a big contract after that, if he can produce there. But tough couple days if you're a Jays fan. You were rumored to be the team that was getting Kyle Tucker. That was the team that a lot of people thought were going to end up with him yesterday. The Dodgers swoop in, seemingly out of nowhere, steal Kyle Tucker, and now the Mets overpay to get Bo Bichette.
Well, what do y'all think? As far as the Tucker thing, that's what everybody's so like pissed off about that. But like, he talked to all these other teams. He tried to get deals with all these other teams, and nobody wanted to pay him what he wanted to have. So they all had their chance.
But $60 million for Kyle Tucker is insane. That's a lot of money for Kyle Tucker. And I'm a Tucker guy.
So what's going to happen there is I think he's probably going to, because I believe he has the option to opt out after the second year. And I could see that happening. Him actually being a Dodger for actually like just the next 2 years. But no, Dodgers, me, like you said, as far as injuries go, yes, you always have to do that. But the Dodgers number has finally started to go down as far as the World Series. They're actually down to plus actually 250 now. We're finally seeing. But that number to me is still crazy. Like, if you don't mind having your money tied up,
it's plus 200 now.
Plus 200. I think at DraftKings you can still get 250. Yeah. DraftKings you can still get 250. But if you don't mind like having your money tied up for a while, I mean, I just don't see. They would have to be. The thing is, they're so stacked now. Even when they have guys injured,
their backups are stars.
Backups are still so good. Like,
yeah, 100%. Jake, I think we're going to see that as well. I do think we're eventually going to get where you can bet Dodgers versus the field. It's that slanted right now. So yet again, if you're just joining us, Bo Bichette has signed with the New York Mets. Somehow that has gotten us onto a whole Dodgers rant. But Bo Bichette has signed with the New York Mets, 3 years, $126 million. There's one major domino to fall. There's still one major domino, and that's going to be Cody Bellinger. Will the Yankees be able to retain their versatile outfielder, first baseman, DH, whatever they needed him to be? He has been. So we'll see where Cody Bellinger ends up very soon. Any other thoughts on Bo Bichette before we get into what we planned for the actual show today?
Well, no, not actually about him. But this is like baseball, and this is a football show. We will be there in just a couple minutes. But the Phillies trading, or as far as actually, far as Ranger going over to the Red Sox.
Yes.
What do y'all think about that?
Fantastic move. I think every team in the AL Beast has gotten better besides the Yankees. Every single team. Even the Rays, who have dealt some old guys, have gotten some new pieces to go in there. The Orioles have made a plethora of agreements getting in the Polar Bear and Pete. Also, they've had some other big signings as well. Every team in the AL East is making big moves except the New York fucking Yankees. That is my thought on that.
What do you think about an extreme ground ball pitcher going to the worst defense in actually the entire league?
It's a long deal. You know, it is a 5-year deal, so they do have time to improve that. I do think they'll improve their corner positions and all of that. So I do think this will be a good deal for them in the long run. Definitely an interesting one with some of the other pitching names on the market, but it's still a benefit to them. He's still going to be a positive rather than negative.
Yeah.
That's going to be my thought on that.
Actually, as far as the Phillies go, that was definitely a big loss for them.
Yeah, Connie, I was just thinking about that. Maybe it does mean that Lindor gets moved, the last of the old regime. When you take a look who they have in their infield, they just signed Polanco. They just got Semien in a trade. They now have Bichette they just signed and Lindor. They cannot play all those guys. They just can't. So definitely very interesting. Name we have not seen in a while. What's up, Cannibal? We're about to go into our recap. I'm very excited to go into it because I know a few of us on this screen had very big days yesterday. Jefe, comment for you.
Huh? Yes. Yeah. I am back in the basement. Back in my mom's basement.
There we go.
Left it just how I saw it.
There we go. There we go. All right, gentlemen, let's do what we do on the show every single day. Let's go over our recap. You ready to dive in?
Yes, sir.
Thursday recap on a Friday afternoon. I will start first. Gentlemen, I swept the board yesterday. The Celtics was one of the craziest comebacks I've seen in a while. Anthony Simons is absolutely a dog. Hit some big shots there. Celtics were down big, came all the way back, won. They covered the spread and the money line, so was very happy about that. I also came on here yesterday and told you the Thunder were going to have a huge performance against the Houston Rockets. Well, they beat them by 20. Sorry, Joe. Had a feeling the Thunder were going to go in there and take care of business, which they did. So 2-0 sweep on free plays. I believe I went 5-1 total on the day. Absolutely massive day for me and the Alpha Dog team. JD, over to you.
Yeah, man. Finally got back in the best bet win column here. We had the Elon and actually Northeastern game over, and that one got there.
Who won that game? I didn't look at it. Did Northeastern get the upset and cover? What's up, Stetsy boy?
You know what? Because actually, they had a lead for most of the game. Now that you say that, let me go back here and look at it.
Because I thought that was a trendy dog yesterday.
Yes,
yep,
no,
I told you. Northeastern was going to cover. Did they win the game or just cover?
They won.
They won outright as a 6.5 dog. I told you, man. That line stunk. That line made absolutely no sense. So glad to see Northeastern was able to get that W for anyone who told that.
So actually, and also another thing, that overhit, which actually wasn't playing that game. And that was with Elon. The first 10 minutes of the game from the field, they were shooting, I believe it was 18%. Yes, 18% for the first 10 minutes of the game.
That's wild.
And like the over still hit. So
there you go, JD.
But actually, that was my day yesterday as far as my big plays hit. And my smaller plays didn't.
Bichette is going to be the third baseman for the Mets, and no deferrals. So he's getting paid in full for the entirety of the contract. Awesome. Good for him. Good for him. Jefe, how'd you do yesterday?
3 in 1 day. Pretty solid. Hockey brought us some great winners, man. Yeah, that's it. Stay away from the basketballs of the world.
There we go. Well, there we go. Gentlemen, you know what the show's all about. Today is our NFL divisional round show. I don't want to waste any more time. We got distracted by little Bo Bichette breaking news, but what you guys know what this show is. We originally started as a baseball show, and anytime we get any big news in any of the 4 major U.S. sports, or really any major sports news in general, we're always going to talk about it and bring it up immediately. So, Bo Bichette to the Mets. Done story now. All right, JD, ready to dive into the college football? College football, Jesus. The NFL divisional round slate.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it, boys. First game we're breaking down is going to be the first game of the weekend. You guys will obviously know the order we're going to go in because that's just what we do around here. We got the Buffalo Bills going into Denver, taking on the Broncos. The Bills are 5-3 on the road this year, while the Broncos are a cool 8-1 at home on the year. They're also 14-3 on the year. This one is pretty close to a pick-em line, guys. 1.5 is the spread. You can get the money line at a -120 for the Broncos and a +100 for the Bills. Jefe, we're going to start with you, our resident Buffalo Bill. What do you like in this game?
I don't know. This one is this one's hard. The Buffalo was going to lose last week, and Josh Allen came out there and put the cape on. Buffalo's defense is better than Buffalo's defense is better than. I'm sorry, Denver's defense is better than Jacksonville's. Denver's probably coached better than Jacksonville. Denver has a better home field advantage than Jacksonville, and all those things go for the Broncos. But I just okay. Is that how I sound?
Yeah. I wasn't saying that to go. That is how you sound.
I love my voice. I'm just perplexed because I just don't. Here's what I want to say. You have 8 quarterbacks playing this week, right? 8 of them.
Correct.
I don't have to ask you who you trust the most. That answer has to be Josh Allen.
Correct.
But I could ask you who you trust the least. And it's got to be a toss-up between Bo Nix or Sam Darnold.
Correct.
It just has to be.
Correct.
Can't be either of them. And obviously we're not talking about Seattle. We'll talk about them next. But the fact that Bo Nix is, I can make a case that he's the one that I trust the least right now. Fun fact, never smoked a cigarette in my life.
Can confirm he's not a cigarette guy. Can confirm.
I think they're disgusting. I hate them. I hate the smell.
Got to get him on the Zins, though. We're going to get him, Nick. Don't worry. He's going to get him.
Hate Zins, still hate them all. Hate nicotine, honestly. But that being said, I got to roll with the Bills. But, man, I'm not confident whatsoever. Like, absolutely not confident whatsoever. Losing Shavers is big for me. That was their wide receiver 3. You could tell me Coleman's wide receiver 3. No, he's not. He is
NGD. Gabe Davis out.
Yeah, but Gabe Davis wasn't anything to that offense.
He had a big fucking performance.
I understand.
He was good.
The allure of Brandon Cooks has to run out sooner rather than later. And Khalil Shakir is not going to continue to have 10 catches every game. Oh, I'm sorry. Jake, when you die at age 47, nobody will miss you. But I'm going to definitely fucking be here much longer than that. So God bless. Good luck. Next, moving on, I'm just struggling because I want the Bills to win. I think the Bills will win, but Broncos are for real. But Josh is probably going to put on that cape.
Are they though?
Stupid.
Are they? I agree, JD. Great question.
Though?
Great question. Hefe, are they for real?
I don't know.
Do you believe in this Broncos team? Last time we saw them, they put a beat down on the Chargers.
Hold on.
They didn't play anybody.
Do I believe the Broncos could win a game? Yeah. Do I believe?
But do you think they're real? Do you think they're a real team?
I don't think the Broncos. I don't think the Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl. That's not the conversation we're having. Do I think the Broncos can win this game? Yes, I do. Absolutely. Do I think the Broncos can win 3 games? No, I don't. But the point is they are healthy and rested and have a bigger and better defense than Jacksonville does. And we saw Josh Allen get absolutely just I know he's never going to admit it. The man is so injured right now. It's tough. So with all that being said, I just is there any updates on Curtis Samuel? I saw his practice window be open. And I know, oh my God, you're asking about Curtis Samuel, but like they need literal bodies. They have 3 wide receivers. That's it. There is the 4th wide receiver is oh my God, I'm blanking out. Is it MVS?
No, he was on the Steelers.
Mecole Hardman. Sorry, it's Mecole Hardman is on the practice squad. That's who's probably going to have to get elevated if Curtis Samuel's not there. It's just like, what are we doing here? Like
last update is Curtis Samuel is a game time decision. True questionable.
just so much pressure on Josh, but still think he gets it done.
And
It's
you
just my
take
base.
I'm going to share my screen in a second. I think this is valuable information, but this is going to be the wide receiver depth chart currently for the Bills. And if you're backing the Bills, it has to make you a little nervous. It does have to
Makes me
give
extremely
you.
nervous.
Let me show you what it is. Give me one
I
second
know
here.
I know where you're gonna show it. It's a terror. It's
That's tough. That's tough.
and you could change
And
that
Shavers
too
is
from a
out.
Shavers is an IR.
Yeah.
Dude, guys, we're talking about a wide receiver 3 who didn't play games this year because of a coach's decision, not because he was injured, because he sucks. You're talking about Brandon Cooks, their wide receiver 2, who made play after play last week. He just joined this team, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
And Khalil Shakir, love Khalil Shakir. He is not a wide receiver 1.
Correct.
He had an insane game against the Jags. But guess who the Jags don't have and the Broncos do? Patrick Surtain. And a hell of a pass rush. When you write it down on paper, the Broncos win this game, but you can't quantify Josh Allen and his ability. And for that, I have to take the Bills money line. That's what I'm telling you in this game. But from my personal standpoint, what I'm going to be playing is I'm going to take the Bills in a teaser. I need to get them some points. I need to get the Bills some points. If the Broncos win this game, it ain't going to be pretty. Like, it ain't going to be a 21-6, whatever.
I agree.
The Broncos' name in the game here is to keep the ball. Whatever you do, keep the ball out of Josh Allen's hands for as long as humanly possible. They will be in a situation where they could, first and goal, they will run the ball just to take time off the clock because they know the way to win this game is to keep the ball out of Josh Allen's hands. So
I agree to that. And by the way, Mecole Hardman was signed 2 days ago. He will be playing in this game.
I thought I saw that.
You're right.
Once again, the fact that we're having a conversation about Mecole Hardman in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs shows you how bad it is.
I hate to say this, though. Mecole Hardman's had tons of huge postseason. There are names you could bring in with experience. He's kind of someone that's like, you know what? Churn the tires. Let's see what he's got. Because he's been there and done it.
I'm going to say the most important person we haven't spoke about, Dawson Knox.
Yes.
Has to have literally probably the biggest game of his career because Kincaid is going to get the attention from the secondary as the best pass catching tight end. But the chemistry that Knox and Josh Allen have on those unscripted plays where the pass rush is in Josh's face and Knox just has to find his way to that spot that Allen knows he could only throw the ball to. If you guys get what I'm saying, on those unscripted, falling out of bounds on one leg type of play. That's where I think the Bills win this game because Bo Nix, I don't think has that ability in him. But I don't know if it's even going to come to that. Bills are also without their first round pick, the cornerback from Kentucky, whose name
Maxwell Hairston. He's
not playing. Dude, Jordan Poyer's not playing. He was like 75 years old, but they are so injured. Yes, they got back Ed Oliver, who's that's huge.
Yeah, that's big, and I think that's key for this game.
Huge for the line. Here's the problem: the Broncos have two first-team All-Pros on that line. 2 of them.
Yep.
One at each tackle on each side.
Yep. I learned last week that you don't fade Josh Allen in the playoffs going up against an inferior quarterback. I learned that, and in this spot, I really think that Bo Nix is going to struggle. I think this Bills defense will do enough to confuse him, and I think they're going to be blitzing all game long. When Bo Nix has pressure on him, he's not a good quarterback, and he makes a ton of mistakes. Josh Allen's not going to make the mistakes. We know that from years and years of watching him in this exact spot. Josh Allen is not going to put the ball in harm's way. He's going to make big-time plays. He's going to utilize his legs to extend plays, pick up first downs, and he's going to score touchdowns. Will Bo Nix score touchdowns, or will he be a field goal red zone merchant where they get stopped when they move down the field? That's the question to me. Will the Broncos be able to get the ball in the end zone in the red zone? Because we know that the Bills will. To me, the answer is no. I'm going to be taking the Bills in the money line at plus 100. I don't need to buy any points. I'm not doing any teasers here. The Bills are going to win this game. Jefe, we said it last week. I think, JD, you might have spoken about this too. That the winner of that game last week between the Bills and the Jaguars was probably going to be my pick to make it out, either them or the Texans to win the AFC. And to me, that still stands, especially in this spot. It does not scare me, a Broncos team that has a great defense, that has an offense that can be as bad as they can be. That offense could be one of the worst offenses in the NFL. And we know Josh Allen and this Bills team is going to score points. So give me the Bills on the money line. Very confident they get it done. JD, over to you.
Yeah, just first quickly, when I was going in depth for this game here, I was looking back at the Jags and the Bills game. The Bills should not be here. The Jags,
brother. I keep that's why my tone is the tone. I know exactly where you're go. Like, yes, I so agree with you.
Like the fact that they didn't run the ball more is still blowing.
It baffles my mind.
Yeah, like we were talking about it as actually like as far as the Jags coaching goes about how good it was. Well, for that game, especially after going in depth to it, it was not. They just went away from what was working so well. But
Trevor Lawrence you know what I learned in that game as well? When the Bills defense can get their hands on a ball and tip it, they can get the interception. And that is so big against the Bo Nix. They made some big plays against Trevor Lawrence
let me tell you,
that turnover.
Trevor Lawrence played terrible. Bills defense played great. If the Jags probably ran the ball, no bullshit, 5 more times instead of on 5 occasions passing the ball, the Jags win that game.
I agree.
That's not even.
I agree to that. I agree to that.
So, but now going here to this week, both of y'all made great points that I both actually agree with. So I'm gonna come at this from actually like a different way here. I looked back over the past few years, over the past 4 years, and a team in the playoffs that has opened as the favorite, like an actual like small one, just like the Bills did here, and then the line flipped to the other team being the small favorite. The team that was the favorite, that actually opened the favorite, has actually won every single time. This is one where the odds makers, they are the ones that actually opened this number up with the Bills favored. And then because of money coming in and everything, that's why the line has moved the way it was. And that's not all public money. That can be just certain people that are actually betting. There can be lots of reasons of actually why the line flipped. But anyway, the line originally opened Bills favorite here. That little trend, these type of things is stuff I don't like. I don't like to cap on. Y'all know I like to cap on who is on the field for that certain game. But that combined with, yes, as far as Josh Allen, and then, I don't know if the Bills probably don't think they're not supposed to be here.
I don't know. They're always here.
Yeah. But like I said, that was a game that they were kind of lucky to kind of get through.
I agree.
But also with the way, I think not just me, I think kind of actually like all of us here, this Broncos team, like we've kind of shit on them for actually like most of the year, even though they've won like so many games. So yeah, I'm actually sticking to what I thought I was going to say.
JD, what did we say all year? When we get to the playoffs, we're going to fade the fuck out of this Broncos team. Right. We've said it all year, and now it's time to live up to what we said all year long. We said we were going to do it, and we get the matchup we think is a good spot for it.
I'm playing Bills in the first half. I'm actually play them on the money line there. Then I'm playing Bills on the full game also.
There you go. Anything else you want to add, Hefferoni? What do you guys think is the number one most bet prop in the NFL this weekend so far?
I know it. I'm not going to say it.
JD, what do you think it is?
Sorry.
What do you think is the number one player prop in the NFL bet so far in this weekend? The most money on that prop
for this game?
For the whole weekend.
Oh gosh, is it in this game?
It's on the screen right now. Great call, Jimmy. Call, Jimmy.
I was gonna say Josh Allen, like either actually like rushing yards or like a touchdown. Yeah.
Yep. Josh Allen to score anytime touchdown -120 is the number one prop to take this weekend. That's the number one that's already been bet. So the public likes that one. We'll see if it does come through. All right, boys, you ready to move to game 2? The NFC divisional round opener.
Let's do it.
Last night / yesterday, we got a very interesting
Yeah.
Little injury update about this game. We have the 49ers and the Seahawks, and last night it came out that Sam Darnold picked up an oblique injury in practice yesterday and has been officially given a questionable injury designation. Now, the line hasn't moved. That tells me everything I need to know. Sam Darnold also said, I'm going to be playing, and with the line not moving, to me, that means this is a non-story. He will be playing, and he will be able to play at the best of his ability. The story to me in this game is, are the Seahawks going to let Sam Darnold drop back and pass the entire game? I think they have to run a heavy game script because the 49ers have not been able to tackle anyone. But are they going to let Sam go back there and start throwing the ball all over the field where we've seen him make a ton of mistakes? JD, I kick it to you. 49ers, Seahawks, 7 points red. Do you think we're going to see Sam Darnold throw the ball 25 times in this game? Or do you think we're going to see a big, healthy dose of Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, little Marvin Gaye and Charbonnet all game long? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's going to end up being a actually pretty good mix, because this is where my handicap at. I'm kind of focused on actually this like area here, because as far as the Seahawks defense goes, we just know how good actually they are. As far as the 49ers, as far as their offense, they're once again going to have a tough day. They just are. But on the other side of the ball, and especially as far as Sam, because everybody's like wanting to fade him because of as far as the playoffs, what he's done in the playoffs, like all that kind of stuff. When it comes down to it here, the 49ers, as far as their pressure rate, it is one of the lowest in the league. With their front four, pressure is just something that they can't really get. So if they want to get pressure on actually Sam Darnold, they're going to have to blitz. That's like basically the only way that's going to work. So with that happening, if you're the Seahawks, you have a game plan for it, man. If actually they're going to blitz, then somebody is going to be open.
Yep.
It's just as simple as actually that. I'm sure that they have game plan for him to get the ball out quick. And then if they don't blitz, that's when he does have time. And I guess I'm not as afraid of backing Sam as actually most people are here. And am I going to lay 7? No, I'm not. As far as the teaser piece, I think this one could be good. As a matter of fact, as far as a teasing the Seahawks down and then actually teasing the actual Bills up, I think that one's good. Also, if you want to tease the Seahawks down and then take actually, if you believe you can tease actually Indiana Monday night down to actually 1.5 or either actually 2.5, I actually think that's good too.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that cross sport college football NFL parlay. Yeah. I like that a lot.
That's the only way that I'm gonna get involved here. I don't have a play on this game yet. But yeah, that's the only way I am going to though.
Hefferoni, what you got?
This is another one where it's just when's the clock going to strike midnight on the Niners? I mean, the defense is dismantled. You got players on there, starting linebackers who signed to their practice squad less than 70 days ago. You lost one of probably your most important offensive piece right now, in George Kittle, other than CMC, obviously.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's gone. I mean, you're lucky that you have a great backup, but it's just damn, one after another. I got to give so much credit to Robert Saleh for keeping that defense alive. And then on the other side, you have a defense that's the second best defense, in my opinion, left. Texans are number 1. And they're playing at home. They have one of the best home field advantages. They have an offensive player of the year candidate, the favorite, I think, in JSN. And the only question I have is the same question that I just asked you about Bo Nix. If you had to choose, we had the least confidence in the 8 quarterbacks left. Sam Darnold is 100% in that conversation. And it's a little bit of recency bias. We saw him in the same exact position last year not just lose 2 must-win games in a row, but kind of look like
Shit the bed.
Just a terrible quarterback.
Shit the bed.
Now to his, I don't want to say to his credit that they did beat the Seahawks in the game that they needed to, but it was definitely not because of Sam. They won that game 13-3. So the team rallied around him and picked him up. Can they do it again against the same team, but now they're home? I literally do not know, because I would take Brock Purdy over Sam Darnold any day of the week. I think the Seahawks win this game. I think the Niners cover this number. This is a big boy number, and the Niners are not going to get embarrassed because I think the Niners have the better coach here and will be more aggressive when need to be. Mike Macdonald, my God.
I know, it's hard. It's hard,
yeah,
I know.
Mike Macdonald coaches safe. Not to say like he plays prevent offense like the Eagles do. No, he's not going to be the one to go for a 4th and 3 at their own 45 in the second quarter. He's not. He's going to punt because he knows that his strength is the defense. Kyle Shanahan will go for 4th down like his goddamn middle name is Ben Johnson. I'm telling you he will, because he has to. He has to, but he also knows. It's so weird, right? Because Kyle Shanahan's been thinking, I have no problem putting the ball in Sam Darnold's hand. And then the Seahawks whole way of thinking is, we have no problem putting the ball in Brock Purdy's hand. And Alpha, you weren't here on Monday, but me and JD talked about this a lot. The schematics of Wild Card Weekend, where all of a sudden it was like, no. Defense is not going to win any of these games.
Yep.
The offense will win the games. And now I'm looking at these games this weekend, I'm literally just flipped my entire thought process, JD. I'm looking at the Bills Broncos. I'm like, defense can win that game. I'm looking at this game we're talking about. Defense can win that game. We're about to talk about the Texans Patriots. Defense can win that game. Rams Bears, because of the weather. Defense can win that game. It's like, and I'm wondering, and you brought it up, JD, like, was it just that weekend, or is this like a sign of things we're going to see in the playoffs? And that's what's making these 4 games so difficult. Because I'm like, what's the schemes? What are they thinking? What side of the ball is the side of the ball these coaches are like, that's where we're going to win the game? For both of these teams, the answer, I think, is the same. It's the opposite's offense for different reasons.
Yeah, I'm with that 1,000%.
So with all that being said, that's why I would feel just as comfortable taking the Seahawks in a 6-point teaser down to a -1, aka a pick'em, no ties in the playoffs, or the Niners +7. I'd even buy a little half hook just for 7.5, just in case. I love both of those plays. I will play them either way. That's how I'm looking at this. I would be shocked if the Seahawks blow them out. I would be shocked if the Niners win this game outright because of the injuries. That's what I'm thinking here.
The Seahawks blow them out, in my opinion. The 49ers have been a great story. They're just too banged up for this spot. They really are. And this Seahawks team does a great job of beating up on lesser opponents, and that's what they're going to be in this spot. I think the Seahawks are going to run all day. They have a fantastic offensive line. They've been able to run the ball better than most teams in the NFL this season. And the 49ers are the worst tackling team in the NFL as their roster is currently constructed. They don't have any defensive playmakers currently. The Seahawks should be able to run the ball all game, control the time of possession. And I do agree with you that I think Kyle Shanahan's going to have to go for it a lot on 4th down. I don't think he's going to be able to convert as much as he usually does. I think we're going to see a huge game from the Seahawks. One of my favorite plays this weekend is the Seahawks with the points. I honestly think they'd win this one by at least 2 touchdowns, by 14+. I would be shocked, truthfully, if without George Kittle, with the Seahawks knowing that every play is going to McCaffrey, with Pearsall probably not going extremely banged up as well, they just don't have the playmakers to go up with a team like Seattle that can score as much as they can. That's why the line's a 7-point game. The odds makers see it that way too. But I think the Seahawks pull away here and they win this one in blowout fashion and have a big, big performance.
I mean,
all right, guys.
Just one quick thing. Just as far as the defenses go, just when you look at that, the 49ers defense, we've all given reasons of why they're not good because they're so banged up. And this Seahawks defense is really freaking good, guys.
They're really good. They're really, really
if
good.
You're looking at just that side of the ball, I think it's hard. Yes, I think it's hard for the Seahawks just to outright lose this game. Like there's going to have to be some serious. They're going to have to
I'm sorry. I'm gonna. Guys, I asked you a question. Out of these 8 quarterbacks, who'd you trust the least? You guys both said it's toss-up between Knicks and Darnold. So how do the 49ers win this game? There's your answer. Darnold is the least quarterback you trust. He makes a mistake. Or honestly multiple mistakes, and you can't say you haven't seen it happen. We have.
Against good
And-
defenses that get
somebody
pressure.
else.
Correct.
They were playing
And-
somebody else.
Correct.
I'll be saying yes, but not
The
in
49ers have no
First game.
defensive line.
I
So they gotta
understand.
get pressure.
Dude, I get that. But with that being said, we just saw these teams play 3 weeks ago, and the Seahawks scored 13 points. I'm just saying, like you can't ignore that fact.
Yep, but they also did have
if the
a lot of weapons.
if the Seahawks scored, if that was a 28-3 game, I'm with you. I know that game sucked in terms of like nobody scored, and I can't even remember when the touchdown for the Seahawks happened. But I don't even think it was like Darnold. I can't remember. But
Charbonnet. It was Charbonnet in the first quarter.
13-3, guys.
Yeah,
so
but let me tell you one thing that sums up this game, okay? The Seahawks had 361 total yards. The 49ers had 150. The 49ers had 9 first downs. The Seahawks had 23. And now they're going to be without George Kittle, who played in that game. So their offense just can't go down the field against the Seahawks team.
did Kittle?
They had, I believe so. Let me double check. I could be wrong. I believe he played in that game.
You might be right. I can't remember when he came back. But I'll tell you who didn't play in that game.
He was the leading receiver.
Can I tell you who didn't play in that game, my friend? Probably somebody who was probably a little bit more important.
Who?
Trent Williams. And as far as I know, Trent Williams is playing on Sunday. And I know we're talking about one of the best pass blocking and catching tight ends. Absolutely, probably surefire Hall of Famer in George Kittle. But we are also talking about a surefire Hall of Famer and probably the best blindside protector still in the NFL, even at his age, in Trent Williams. And I know you guys are not going to disagree with me on that one.
Definitely not disagreeing with you.
That is humongous.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Who is why I always forget his name, dude from the damn Cowboys.
Drago?
On the Seahawks, DeMarcus Lawrence, right? So that's huge to stop him and Leonard Williams. Those are their two big boys. But Leonard Williams is interior.
They're both they're both now playing mostly. DeMarcus covers on the inside now. They do a lot of.
I thought DeMarcus was on the.
He's been an edge his whole career, but he's been lining up a lot on the interior.
Regardless, like those are the two guys you're focusing on, right? If Trent can take one of those and take that from a single team to a double team, you can double team the other, and thus continue to give Purdy protection on his right side, not his blind side. That's huge. Tonjes has proven himself. Tonjes has proven himself to be. He's not George Kittle. Nobody else is, but he's good. He would be a starting tight end. Alpha. We would take him in Big Blue 100%. Starting tight end, no problem.
But they're a level.
I saw somebody say Pearsall is back. I'm not. If that's true, that's solid news. I don't know where he is because we've heard him come back and then he gets injured 3 plays in.
Yeah.
So this is one of those. Yeah, he's back. We'll just see how he goes. Seahawks Niners are in trouble, man, because those DBs. God, I get so pissed when I talk about the Seahawks DBs because they drafted them all and they drafted so well.
Well, and they got Julian Love, who's been fantastic for them as well in the secondary.
He's probably the number 4 out of their 4. I take Witherspoon over him. I take Woolen over him, and who's their other dude that they just drafted? Who's a stud? Who am I missing? Witherspoon.
Eman
Wari, dude. I mean, talk about hitting on every single fucking pick.
Also, I did just look it up. The current, but we're saying in the secondary and DBs.
I'm saying all DBs.
Correct, which is the secondary.
Love is the 4th best of those.
Pearsall's been listed as questionable. That's his official designation. It has not been stated that he's playing yet. He says he's confident he's going to play, but we heard that several times from him as well. So as of now, he's still with a questionable designation. That was as of earlier today. All right, boys, ready to move on to the third game? JD's got another point. Back to JD.
One more thing. Give me Brock to throw 2 picks at actually plus 290.
There we go. Let's see it. 2 picks plus 290. Love that play, JD. All right, let's move on to the third game of the day, which I think is the best game of the weekend. We have the Houston Texans going to New England and taking on the Patriots. The Texans are 12-5 on the year, 5-3 on the road, taking on a Pats team that's 14-3 on the year, and 6-3 at home. Pats are coming in as 3-point favorites. JD, we'll start with you on this one. Who do you like? Do you think CJ Stroud will do enough to help this offense score enough because their defense should be able to play well against New England? Or do you think New England's offense will be able to score enough to get by this Houston Texans team?
All right. So after looking into this game further, I actually from where I thought
Drago, he's not confirmed. He's also questionable, but the line didn't move, and I'm pretty confident he will play.
And actually, like a big NFL playoff game, the people that know. And actually, since this line didn't move, he sounds like I would say he's going to be perfectly fine.
Agreed.
But as far as Texans Patriots, as far as the Texans, as far as their defense goes, we've talked about it over and over and over again. I don't need to sit here and talk about it more. This defense is, we said it, when it comes to playoffs, this is the team that people do not want to see. As far as what the Patriots faced last week, they faced a Chargers team where, as far as their defense, like they're not bad, but they're nowhere near where the Texans are, especially as far as actually like pressure rates. And I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see how Drake May plays when he has guys literally in his face here, like actually like all the time. There's what I'm ready to see here. When it comes down to it, a lot of people are going to talk about the Patriots actually like defense, about how well they played, and they did play well. But you also got to look at how poorly the Chargers played.
Yeah,
that's one of the big keys that I take away from that. As far as actually Herbert goes, clearly he was not right, and I think CJ did not play a great game.
No.
Not whatsoever, and that game was still not close. Like they dominated that actual game there. I think you say I talked about this. I don't know. It may have been Monday. It may have been on another show. I'm actually not sure at this point. But CJ, to me, it looked like when I was looking back at it, just like literally looking like at his eyes and everything, it looked like sometimes like maybe the lights were like a little too bright.
Yeah.
What
a difference a year could make, by the way. Remember when this guy was the greatest rookie quarterback ever?
Yeah. Well, I think this week he has that playoff win like under his like belt now. I think he's going to be a little more settled down. And I do think that he is going to play a much better game. And with him playing the better game with that offense, and then with what the Texans defense has, you're going to give me the Texans plus the points. Matter of fact, you can still get an actually like a 3.5 at actually a decent price. You can get it like minus 125. So yeah, I'm actually going to be on the Texans side here, guys.
Yeah, I'm also on the Texans plus 3. Not taking the money line, but I do think they win this game. Will Campbell really struggled last week, and that's an understatement. And this week he cannot have that type of performance, or else they will be in the backfield hammering Drake May all game long. Will Anderson will be in there all game long. Daniil Hunter, if he isn't able to have a bigger performance. This Texans defense is the best defense in the playoffs, in my opinion. To me, they're much better than the Broncos defense. I think this Texans defense is a game-changing defense, and I love this Patriots team. I've been riding them all year long. I think they are a fantastic team, and they have a bright future ahead with one of the top 5 best quarterbacks in the league in Drake May. I just think it's a year too early. They're still missing a couple pieces. They've played a little bit better than what their talent is, and they're going up against a defense that is just an absolute unit, a defense that really can take over the game and really win it singly on that side of the ball. CJ just can't turn the ball over. That's the big question mark here. He can't fumble 56 times. He can't have fumbleitis. But to me, I think he'll play a much better game here. I do think the Texans do win, but for some security, I'm taking the plus 3 here. Give me the Texans plus the 3. Jefe, over to you.
Yeah, sorry. And as far as Connie, I wasn't talking about his whole career. I was talking about this season, which they've only played one game. So Connie's in the chat, just actually trying to hate on everybody to like that.
That's okay. We love Connie. We this show is all about arguing. That's what sports shows are. Bring it on. We love debating you guys. That's fun for us. That's what we do. It's never any hard feelings. Jefe, over to you. J-Bo likes the Pats. Jefe's going to come on here for a third consecutive game out of 4 and say, I don't know.
No, this is actually the one. Well, first I didn't say that about the Niners Seahawks.
Yes, you did. You said, I don't know what trouble. I know the Seahawks are going to win, but I think the 49ers are going to cover. I just don't know what I want to do.
Yeah, so I told you what I was going to do. I'm going to take the Seahawks in a teaser to -1, but I'm also going to take the Niners straight up +7 by the half point, 7.5. I think that's where this game lands. This one, I know what's going to happen. and I go back to
let's
and I
go.
go back to last week. Um, I I still need somebody to tell me why the Chargers refuse to throw the ball over 10 yards, especially when Christian Gonzalez went out.
Yeah.
I for the life of me, it has not been questioned enough. Whatever. When I started to really look into the numbers of the Patriots offense, let me tell you something. Not fantastic. Not a great game. Not the side of the ball that won them the game. This game comes down to one thing and one thing only. CJ Stroud cannot pass the ball more than 15 times. I'm legit, like absolutely legit. They must hit the ground with Chubb, with Woody Marks, fuck it, with CJ. Just don't throw the effing ball. With that being said, Texas defense are maniacs, absolute maniacs. They can play every coverage, every look, every type of nickel, every type of cover. Those three guys up front, Daniil Hunter, Rankins, and Will Anderson, are maniacs. And the Patriots have one issue. They have one side of their line that is two young guys that I think this is going to be the best opposing defensive line they've played all year, without a doubt. And the other thing is that the Chargers, they were broken at offensive line. Broken. The Patriots throughout the entire year were the worst team in terms of getting to the quarterback. And off the top of my head, I want to say 6 sacks they had last week.
Up, down, left, right, Meshuggah. Love that comment, Jimmy. Absolutely hilarious.
So with that being said, yeah, I have no play on this game. No, I'm just kidding. I don't need the fucking points. I'm taking the Texans on the money line, guys.
I think they win too.
I just think they win. Just don't let CJ lose the game. May is definitely better than CJ Stroud. That is in no way.
Not even debatable.
What I'm even trying to get at. And I'll even go further. The Patriots have a better running game than the Texans do by far. That is not the point. The point is the Texans have an absolute shut-down corner in Stingley that should be able to take Stephon Diggs out the game. On top of that, they have other great players. Lassiter and who's the other one? I always forget his name. No, number 0. I always forget his name.
Oh, Aziz Al-Shaair?
Thank you. Aziz Al-Shaair, who is playing fantastic football and has been with D'Amico for years, even going back to the Niners days. They're just such a good defense, guys. And I think the Patriots were finally going to see that they had the easiest schedule in the league. And then they had a Chargers team that was so broken at offensive line that, I mean, Justin Herbert, I feel bad for him. Give me the Texans on the money line to pull off a pretty big upset and somehow find themselves in the AFC Championship game.
There we go. JD, anything to add before we move on to the final game of the day?
Nope, I am good there.
All right, let's move on. Final game of the weekend. Another good one. We got the Rams. We got the Bears. We all know what happened last week. The Rams. What a scary game. What a scary game. They escaped the Panthers, and this Rams team has really struggled on the road this year, guys. They're 12-5 on the year, but they're 5-4 on the road. Going into Chicago against one of the best home teams in football, the Bears, who are 6-2 at home and 11-6 on the year. The Bears also had a pretty big scare last week, but what a comeback. Second half, Caleb is really starting to prove the doubters wrong. And let me tell you something. You're looking at one of the biggest Caleb Williams doubters right here. And he's starting to make me eat my own words. JD, we got the Bears hosting the Rams. What do you got in this spot?
Bears.
Man, it's going to be freezing cold. Stafford's outside. There's no way that this Rams team is going to be able to do anything, guys. I feel like that's all I've heard this entire week. Is Stafford in cold games. Blah, 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 blah. Guys, I don't think a lot of people realize how bad this Bears defense is. And now they're missing other pieces. This Rams offense, why I like this Rams offense so much is because they can beat you in so many different ways. If they decide they want to run the ball a bunch of times, hey, they can actually do that. If they want to, set back and pass a bunch of times, there's fine too. I don't know I don't really know on the Bears defense. I don't know what their game plan is really going to be to stop this team. So
yes, that is the stats, but if you really want to delve into it, snow didn't really start coming down until very late in that game.
Yep.
and as far as I know,
That's the problem.
as far as I know, we're not having snow here, right? Isn't it just really?
As far as I know, it's a -8 wind chill. It's just gonna be a normal ass Chicago night in January.
Hold on, let me pull up NFL weather. Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's get to what time's this game?
Yeah. Well, actually, you're doing that
Sunday at 6 or 6:30.
It is snowing at 3 p.m. with a real feel of -7 degrees. That's the last. It's also going to be snowing between 8, 9, and 10. So this gonna be cold. This gonna be a little wet, and we might get some snow in this game as well. It's looking like that's what they are forecasting for this one.
Yeah.
That's fucking awful to play football. And let me just say, regardless of anything betting wise, that fucking sucks to play football in. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What I'm doing here is
FA Picks office, please hold.
As far as the full game, as far as the side, I am not playing one here. What I'm doing is what I'm sure Jefe is also going to be doing. Is going to play the Rams in the first half.
God, the fuck's wrong with you?
Sorry, man.
Don't first of all, don't all of a sudden come over here because shit ain't broken. That's fucked up.
Let me tell you something, JD. That you've never called out a Jefe play before. Like that was the first time you've been like, I know what Jefe's on, and that was good. That was good.
Well, guys, I mean, I've literally been I've been fading the Bears in the first half and not even having to watch the game. It's been hilarious now for like probably 4 straight games.
Yeah, it's like legitimately you have been doing that.
This is a perfect storm coming together, Jefe, because I have been playing the Rams in the first half for the past few games.
Well, let me tell you something. This is a perfect storm for all three of us because I have been playing the Bears on the full game in the last couple of weeks, and that's paid off as well. So we've all found ways to win on this Bears team as of late.
So what's going on here is, yes, I'm playing Rams in the first half spread. There's -2.5 points until the Bears prove to me that they can come out and start a game. That's just kind of like an auto bet there. I'm also going to play the Rams first half team total over. I believe that actually they can get to 14 points first half. I'm also going to play the Rams full game team total over. I believe you can actually get a 26.5 now. Because no matter what, I just think the Rams are going to score points.
If they had a healthy Devontae Adams, I might be on the Rams side. But, man, you saw him last week. This dude's going on one leg. I know, but in this spot, they might. I'm going to jump in here quickly, guys. I'm only going to say a couple words. Bears beat Battlestar Galactica. Bears +4.5. They win this game outright. They win this fucking game outright. And Caleb has his welcome party to the world. I know he's been becoming a story as of late. Had his whole crying in the locker room, giving Ben Johnson the game ball thing, which was, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I wasn't a huge fan of that. But Bears are going to win. The Bears are going to cover this game.
Caleb's going to finally come out
in the first half. He's come out every second half. Every second half, you see this guy. He's fully out there. I want to see him come out in the first half as well and have a big performance. I do think the weather's going to be an impact on this game. You know who really has not impressed me this year, weirdly, has been Kyren Williams. I was so high on Kyren the last couple of years. He just has not been the same guy. Blake Corum's been really good. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the rushing attack, but Kyren used to be a dominant back for a couple of years. You know what I mean? It just doesn't have the same feel this year with Kyren. He hasn't been bad, but he just hasn't been that dominating back we're used to see Kyren being the last couple of years. So for me, I'm all over the Bears. I think they get it done. I think they win this game as well. That's my upset alert pick of the week is going to be the Bears to win this one on the money line, but I'm playing the +4.5 for any security. Any props you guys like on this one outside of Kyle Matungai anytime touchdown? Out of. Right.
Let me just. I didn't get a chance to speak about it. First, I'm not seeing any 4.5s. I'm only seeing Rams -3.5. But regardless,
the last hour.
I looked at DraftKings. I looked at ESPN.
3.5. Yeah, 3.5
I looked at
here on
FanDuel.
FanDuel too. I'd still take
Yeah.
the points at the 3.5. But let me pull up the odds board here.
But I just that's only to my benefit because I here's and me and JD spoke about this a little bit on Monday. I wanted to bring this back up. My play is the Rams on the first half. Right now, the money line's at -165. The spread's at 2.5. That's for the first half. I would love for this money line to go down 10 cents to -155, or I will just spam it. I might even spam it even with that because the 2.5 screams missed field goal at the buzzer.
It does. It really does.
So I might. With that being said, and JD, we had this conversation on Monday. The Bears are the cardiac kings. We've seen it now multiple times. If they are down how they were down to the Packers at halftime in this game, there is no shot in hell the Rams throttle it down like the Packers did. There's no chance. I will say again, the Bears are one of the worst rush defensive line rush win percentage teams. The Rams are one of the best. The Rams must make it their absolute mission to force feed the ball to the combination of Kyron and Blake Corum. It's the only way. You have to do it. Alpha said Adams is not 100%. He's obviously not, but he's absolutely a weapon anywhere near the goal line in any short yardage situation.
Yeah, I agree to that. I agree to that.
With a first down. Puka is absurd. And he is going to do what he does. I don't care how many players they put on him. Tight ends. Stafford has to trust the tight ends. And they've been hot and cold. The whole damn group. Parkinson, Ferguson. There's another one that I'm missing that I can't remember. They all just mesh together into one person. On the opposite side, the scheme to win for the Bears has never been simpler. Don't suck in the first half. That's literally it. Just stop being so goddamn aggressive. Like, what is wrong with you? I'm actually literally just talking to the coach right now. Like, what is wrong with you? You've had a good defense all year. Just trust it. Punt the damn ball. Don't put a quarterback like Matthew Stafford, who's been in the situation 1,000 times, won a damn Super Bowl, about to be the MVP of the league, in shorter yardage than he needs to. Make the Rams go the whole damn field. If Ben Johnson is out there in the first quarter going for a 4th and 2 on his side of the 50, I'm going to lose my mind.
Kind of like I was last week. Full transparency. I was watching the game with Jefe. It was brutal.
And listen, maybe I'm going to eat my words. Maybe they do the same exact game plan. They're down 10 plus points at halftime, and they somehow win this game. Good for them. If they do, I'll shut up. But please don't do that to your own damn team. Like, shit, man. That shit's exhausting. Like, it's exhausting to watch.
Yeah.
With that being said, yeah, my plays are on the first half in the Rams because there's so many fucking variables in this game that I can't get into. Is it snowing? Is it snowing hard? How big is the wind? The specialty. The Rams have the worst special teams in the league. And I hate that because special teams are so important to playoff football. And that's another reason why Ben Johnson has to be out of his mind to keep going on these 4th and shorts on his own side of the field early in the game, because the Rams have proven to you the damn Panthers blocked the freaking punt, man. That's the Rams fired their special teams coordinator, like Chase Blackburn, by the way, like 3-4 weeks ago. It wasn't that long ago. And yet you get a new guy in here, and I'm blanking on the guy's name, but he's like a respected guy in terms of the special teams world. First playoff game. You've seen every scheme you can on special teams at this point in the year from every single team. There's no secrets. There's no the triple lateral to the wide receiver is going to throw a touchdown on special teams. You've seen every single look. How's the team blocking a punt, man?
I agree with you.
That's the only thing that gives me nerves.
I agree with you. Well, gentlemen, do you guys have prepared your anytime touchdown score for this week? Because every week in the playoffs, we do each provide a leg for an anytime touchdown. I have my leg ready. JD, how do you want to go about this? Do you want to see if we can put this into Splash real quick? Do you want to just give it out?
Not put this in Splash because you can't actually bet.
Parlay, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. So let's give out our parlay. I have my first leg, and my leg's going to be Woody Marks anytime touchdown. So you guys, I'll let Whoever wants to jump in, who's ready, go next, and I'll build the parlay and give us the odds for it, and then we'll get into Splash.
I got two in my mind, so JD, I'll let you go just in case somehow you pick one of mine too.
Still looking through here real quick, but let me get a Puka touchdown, man. It's only minus 110.
All right, we'll add that in. Jefe.
All right, guys, I'm going big. This is gonna make or break us. Dawson Knox plus 425.
This motherfucker. Oh, hold on. He's not in the first 13. I'm not even kidding. He is below Evan Ingram, Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, Bo Nix, Dalton Kincaid, Khalil Shakir, Cortland Sutton, Josh Allen, James Cook, and RJ Harvey.
So you're telling me
good value.
You're telling me in terms of passing, he is the third best value on Buffalo behind Kincaid and Shakir, and we're getting him at plus 425. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that.
$10 pays $262.05, everyone. That's Woody Marks, Puka Nacua, and Dawson Knox. It is a plus 2620 anytime touchdown parlay. All right. Well, JD, I think it's about the time we go over our good friends over at Splash Sports.
Let me get them pulled up right here. As y'all know by now, our friends over here at Splash Sports, they run all types of pools that they have going on. Like I said, currently there's a lot of golf going on, but they have plenty of actually NFL. You can just go over here to view all. As you can see, there are a bunch of different price points as far as the entry fees, basically anywhere from $5 up to $500. So if you want to play for fresh, like smaller money, you can get in. If you want to play fresh, larger money, you can also get in. So plenty of there to get in. And then, of course, they also have their daily NBA and their daily NHL also. But what actually we're going to be doing is going over there to their quick picks. And we will post this tomorrow because they are going to have an actual like NFL boost. So I'm going to wait for like that.
Smart.
So that's why we're not going to technically put it all the way in on the extra show here. But let's like come up with actually something though, guys. Does anybody have any props that actually
I would like to take a peek at Blake Corum's over rushing yards.
I'm looking now. Currently,
got 44.5.
I'll
take Charbonnet's over 46.5, by the way. Well, whatever they have in the book, but I have 46.5 I'm seeing for Charbonnet.
I am going to roll. I don't know. Kyron's actually been playing good. Kyron's number is closer to 59.5. They're going to have to get both involved. I do like Blake Corum. I think he's going to be pivotal in those 3rd and 3s types of deals. Yeah, give me Corum. So if the Rams want to win, they got to get both involved.
Alpha's going with Charbonnet over 46.5. I do not have Purdy listed as the interceptions. That's smart of them. I don't have Fairbairn listed. That's smart of them. Splash Sports, y'all are sharp. I will say that because every play I want to take, they are not offering currently. All right, we're going to make this an all rushing. I know I'm on the Bills, but I'm going to take RJ Harvey over 56.5 rush yards here.
There we go. We go.
See on the same, we got Charbonnet, Corum, and you have Harvey. Those are 3. We're all taking them over their rush yards. So you can wait until actually tomorrow, the way actually we are to get a NFL boost, and I'm expecting that to be a 50% boost. That's what I'm expecting there. Or you can go ahead and use our promo code and lock you in a 100% profit boost on your first quick pick slip. Plus, you get a $50 deposit match. You can see the promo code there. Also, if you're on YouTube, the link is down below us. And if you're on Twitter, the link is also there as well. Once again, $50 deposit match plus the 100% profit boost on your first quick pick slip.
There we go. All right, JD, it's about that time. Let me know when you're ready.
Ready to go.
Let's get it, boys. Best bets for today, Friday, January 16th. Let's dive right into it. Quickly before we do, JD, how's Derek doing?
Man, he's hanging in there.
I heard he got just some legal trouble. Hope he's able to get out of that very soon. So shout out, Derek. We definitely miss you around here. Bet smarter, scale faster, win, whatever. Best bets. All right, Jefe, what you got?
All right, we'll go one from the weekend and one for actually this evening. The weekend best bet, guys. As much as I want it to be the Rams first half, I have to just trust what I've been seeing. I can't even believe how much I love the Texans. I love the Texans. Give me the Texans money line. I do think it's the upset of the week. I love that defense, and like I was saying, defense is what wins you games this time of the year. Tonight, somebody asked for it. We're going with a little hockey. Yesterday we hit pretty good on unders, and we're going to keep that going. One of the teams that we took yesterday was San Jose Sharks, and they're back in action today. 3-2 game yesterday. We took them under 6.5. Today they're in Detroit. Another 6.5 spread. That's what we're going with. Under 6.5 between the Red Wings and the Sharks in hockey.
Wow. Powerful. JD, I'll jump in here next. I got two of them as well. Texans plus the 3. I absolutely love the Texans right now. I think they're a fantastic team. They're playing some great football all over. The Texans in the spot. My second best bet is going to be the Buffalo Bills to defeat the Denver Broncos at plus 100. That's going to do it for
Still can't believe that's the 4:30 game.
I know. JD, over to you.
All right. Well, I am going to give a couple plays out here also. Starting tonight, we have our guy who's always here with us. Our guy Stetsy boy. He wants us to talk about Creighton and the Providence game. Well, that is the only game that I have a play in tonight, and I'm on the over 161 there, man. Yeah, this is simply another kind of like I broke down in actually yesterday's over. I have this more in the 166 range. So actually for myself, showing a 5-point edge. Love that. So that's why I'm playing the over there. If you're looking for the side, as far as Providence, that's where my numbers show. They say bet Providence, but I cannot. I simply think Creighton is a better team. And that's the way I would lean, but I'm not betting the side. As far as this weekend, I was going between two plays. It sounds like Jefe was going between those same two plays. So since Jefe took the Texans, I am going to take the Rams on the first half, minus 2.5.
Wow, JD, before we get off, yesterday we spent a lot of time going over the next coaching market. Yeah. The Falcons have had a new leader emerge, and reports have been leaking all morning. But Kevin Stefanski is up to a 70% chance of the Falcons, so we may see that happen as early
I think that is a good move for them. So they need to get somebody who can figure out if Penix is the guy or not. It's as simple as that. And if he's not the guy, Stefanski has proven to you that he can mold the next guy if that's his guy. If you guys get what I'm saying.
100%. I agree with you. And Vance Joseph up to 55% for Arizona. That would be hilarious.
I just don't know who the Ravens head coach is. That's the curious part of all this to me.
It's Jesse Minter. I've been telling you that. He's up to a 55% chance.
I like Jesse Minter. I understand why. I just kind of think he gives me Steelers vibes. And I get they're going for the other one, Shula. Correct. But I like Minter for Pittsburgh way more than Shula for Pittsburgh. But whatever.
There we go. All right, gentlemen, it's been a fun show. It's going to do it for our divisional weekend. Our guy Dylan just popped in here to give us Werder Bremen versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Both teams to score at over 2.5 minus 130. I'll check it out. I will definitely check it out. Gentlemen, it's been a blast as it always is on the show. I'm going to kick it over to JD to do his thing, then over to Jefe to do his thing, and then I'm going to do my thing where I hit the end button.
Yeah, it's been a fun week, guys. Have a great weekend of football coming up. Cannot wait for all these games. I hope everybody has a great weekend. See you back here Monday. Until then, let's fucking win.
Let me just start by saying this. Carl, I'm embarrassed. I'm not even in you, in just everything right now. We can't win. We are an embarrassment. We don't play defense. I think second worst defense over the last 10 games or something. And I have slept on this next statement. And I'm fully ready to hop on a regional airline with you, Carl. I will purchase your economy plus seat. We will be landing in Milwaukee, that's in the state of Wisconsin. I will be purchasing 2 seats to go back, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not on my flight back. So,
Bobby Portis.
so I hope you go get some apartment shopping, and Jordan's gonna love Milwaukee. It's beautiful in February. And Giannis, come on down, bubs. And if we gotta ship somebody else out there, at this point, I don't care. Something needs to happen. And Carl, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Goodbye. We'll see you guys Monday. Goodbye.